Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So I see a couple of comments already here, and I'm actually 2 minutes early today. So Damon Rydell's here waiting. Yeah, let's get it going, right? A couple minutes early. Current dividend stocks in your portfolio: O, RYLD, JEPQ, JEPI, TSLY, APLY. Wow, you got a lot of them. NVDY, I assume you just got that today. OARK, Costco, TSM, is that Taiwan Semiconductor, CLIP, ZIM, SVOL, PBR, like the beer, PBR, VC, RITM, ABR, RYLD, UAN, OMFL, TYLG, XYLD, SCHD. Any recommendations? Well, I think you got a lot of them. I guess you could call that diversification in a way. Um, well, I don't really give recommendations on this channel, but what I would probably do, I don't know if I would pare down the RYLD, QYLD, and funds like that. Um, but I mean, you've got a lot of them. But you know, if you got a lot of money to begin with, it doesn't matter really how many you have. You can never have too many, right? It's like collecting toys in a way, but they appreciate, without having to sell them on eBay or something. So yeah, welcome. Yeah, we're discussing NVDY today. Did I actually, I think I mistyped. I think I put Nvidia's ticker symbol. I'm such a goofball sometimes. But yeah, NVDY is actually what we're going to discuss. That's the topic du jour. So let's see. Should I go back to Yahoo Finance? I'm going to try to avoid getting these noisy ads. But market has really been down this week. We've had some news. I think we had the CPI number. Haven't really followed it too close, but we'll look at that. I'll go to this Forex site that goes into all the news events and whatnot. And let me get the screen share going here, and then I'll actually change the title of the video to match what the real ticker symbol is. So let's see here. Share screen. And all right, Yahoo Finance. Now watch me. As soon as I navigate away, I'm gonna get a noisy ad. But let me just fix this title real quick because I put in Nvidia instead of NVDY. So let's see now. I'll probably fix the thumbnail too. That'll be an easy fix. Did I do it right or not? Let's see. Anyway, so any ideas? Any of you think? Well, I did say Nvidia. Unbelievable. Let me get that fixed real quick. Any of you have any ideas what the dividend might be? Hopefully, like the other ones. Well, we don't have any for Apple yet. Or Aptly, APLY, right? So yeah, let me get this fixed here. I'm glad I caught that. But yeah, go ahead and put in the comments section what you all think the dividend is going to be for the new NVDY, and I'll go ahead and get this fixed ASAP. I think I was on the phone when I did this, so wasn't fully paying attention. But it seems like, when am I ever fully paying attention lately? Got to work on that for sure. All right, let's see now. Come on. So yeah, start typing away in the comments what you all think the dividend might be. It'd be nice if it was around, like the TSLY. That would always be, getting something like that at least for 1 month. That's always cool, So we'll look at this in just a second. Just going to fix the thumbnail here. Let's see what we got. There we go. Change the A to a Y. Go from the beginning of the alphabet to the end, or almost the end. Well, when we get to the end of the alphabet, at the letter Z, we have ZIM, right? So yeah, we can talk about ZIM too. I'm sure I'll get a lot of requests as more of you join. But anyway, okay, so Yahoo Finance, let's see where we are here. We'll pull this up, see how it did today. Because I looked at it maybe once, but didn't look too much. So let's see, what did you say here? Do you think Nvidia has much more upside before it hits a top? Well, I think The way I look at it, I look where it was 2 years ago, and I think it was close to 325 or so. So that's probably like the maximum upside, I'm thinking. And let's see, I got out of IEP and put the money into NVDY. Well, that may turn out to be a good decision because IEP's been tanking. So is Danaher, unfortunately. That hasn't worked out for me as well as I thought it would, but I'm going to wait a couple months and see, make a decision on it. Okay, so you think the dividend's going to be 43 cents. If it holds, you want to put your calculation in there and tell us what you're doing to come up with that. Something with like implied volatility or something, I presume. Maybe ChatGPT can tell us what it thinks the dividend's going to be. And I've been having a few conversations here lately about ChatGPT. Maybe I can just have ChatGPT write my book. What do you all think? Should I even bother? I've got like 10 pages. I want to have it by September, but we'll see. So, okay, NVDY, Idle Trust, Roman numeral 2. 1991, and it's up 2% tomorrow to 2031. Yeah, I didn't have any funds moved to buy into this, but I got to, like I said, build back up. I've got some bills I'm paying off and whatnot. So we've only got 1 day of trading history here. This is reminiscent a little bit of the Apple, the way it behaved on the first day. So let's look at Apple because so far this looks like, and I think Apple's only been trading for like 2 weeks now or something, or 3 weeks. Apple's up to 2108, which is down. It was down 3 cents today, down 17 cents in the after hours, whereas NVDY is up. And I'm glad now we've got our 4th addition to the family, this YieldMax fund family. We've got TSLY, we've got OARK, Apple, and Nvidia now. So 4 of them. So I'm wondering when the next ones come. I looked through the prospectus and tried to find it. Okay, so yeah, Apple was April 17th, almost a month old. So let's see what we got here. It's been going up. We're up like probably $1 or so. Yeah, from inception, we're up like $1 or 90 cents. So that's that. Only 1 day of trading history on Nvidia, so not a lot of sample data to really come through. So let's see what we got here. Oh, here you go. Implied volatility on the ATM at the money call. But since we don't know the date of the dividend, we won't know the actual amount. Well, that's true. We still don't know the date for the dividend on Apple either, right? So, all right. Well, let's review the other ones while we're at it here. And then I'll take fan requests as they come. Let's see how TSLY did today. And then we'll go over the market, that Forex site that I use. Okay, so TSLY looks like it's recovering. And actually, it was announced today that Elon Musk is going to appoint a female CEO to Twitter, which I'm relieved about because we definitely need more women in the CEO sphere. So that should help the performance of Twitter just in and of itself. And then it might allow him to focus more on Tesla again. Now, me personally, I think I'm glad that it was very costly for him to take over Twitter, but I'm glad he did because they needed to loosen that company up as far as the way that censorship was going and whatnot. I'm glad he did it. It was a costly move. It hurt Tesla, but in the long run, I'm glad he did it. So anyway, TSLY, it was up 24 cents today, or 1.8% to 13.57. In the after hours, we're up to 13.64, up 7 cents, or 0.52%. And let's see now. So yeah, we're coming back. Well, we were 17.85 February 27th. I'm sure glad I didn't buy in there. Some of you might have, and you're kind of holding the bag. But, it should come back. Like I said, things are going to get in order with Tesla. So I think it should come back. If we can at least get back up to 15, that would be good. And we're still up like almost 20% for the year, actually. So that's really tremendous. So, all right, and then we'll look at OARK. Now, the dividend, even though I know we're disappointed about the dividend for TSLY, but it should be coming soon. Like, I think either Friday or Monday. OARK is 1542, up 7 cents, down in the after hours. And year to date, we're up a whole 3%. Well, wait a minute. How can we be up? It was 1776, and we're at 1542. How are we up 3%? I wonder how Yahoo's calculating that.
Allowance pro tip.
Oh,
Tell your parents
again.
to save money on wire.
Stop that one. All right. All right, let's see what we can do here. All right, let me go back to the comments here. Circle back to the comments. Oh, a new viewer. Andre Viao. Did I get that right? Normally, for YieldMax ETFs, the next X date is June 7th and payday is June 15th. So yeah, I mean, I think you're right. You know, if the pattern holds. What's your picture there? I'm trying to see your picture there. You look like a woman with a car, but it looks like a house in the corner. So I can't tell. Well, welcome to the live stream. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel. You know, new fans, of course, are always welcome. So, all right. What else do we want to get into today? What else do we want to talk about? What other news stories can we get into? Let me pull up Forex Factory and oh, you're a home inspector. You run a YouTube channel? So that is your car. You want to do a podcast and talk about home inspections? Up to you. Still trying to get the YieldMax guy because what's his name? I guess hasn't figured out how to email me. So even though I put the email up, we'll see. Anyway, all right, let's go back to Forex Factory here.
Allowance pro tip. Tell your parents to save money on wireless and give you
on Yahoo. Okay. Let's go now to Forex Factory. No for now. Why are you all so shy? I don't understand. You're running businesses and things like that. Don't you want your name out there? It's not that hard to get in front of a camera and talk. I mean, if I can do it, anybody can do it. And you get better with practice, you know? I mean, some people you see and you may say, who put you in front of a camera? You know? But it's just funny because a lot of you running businesses, I mean, you should want to get your name out there. But that's just my take. All right, let's go to Forex Factory. Hope you at least subscribe to the channel. Be checking. I'll make sure that sub count goes up. 11:11 on the East Coast. Where's all my California people? It's only 8 o'clock out there. Oh, I did go up by 1. All right, so that must have been you. What do we have here? More comments. Where's let me see here. Still trying to track down this email. That's a project for another time. Anyway, all right, let me share the screen here. So this site, if you guys ever wonder where to kind of aggregate market news, this is a really good site that I've used before. For those of you that have been around for a while, you may have seen me talk about this in other videos. This is forexfactory.com, and this is going to be the screen here. So what we had today, this is basically the way this site lays out. This is a Forex site. You can see different currencies and stuff like that, like the euro to the US dollar, the British pound, the yen. Let's see how many of them I can actually name. Canadian dollar, I assume, Australian dollar, I think New Zealand, British pound to the yen. So that's the exchange rates there, but that's not what we focus on. We focus on what's here in the middle of the screen, and what this is. This is all the major news drivers or market driving events of the day. So this morning for the US, you see US dollars here, what impacted US dollars. We had unemployment claims come in a little bit higher than expected. You can see the actual versus the forecast here. We had PPI numbers come in lower than forecast, actually. Core PPI month over month came in exactly at forecast. So I like sites like this because you can kind of just read stuff off and it makes you sound intelligent just reading it off. You know, like some of the people on TV, just read it and wow, this guy's smart. In some cases, that's true. And then FOMC member Kashkari speaks. I think that guy's ran for governor of California before. Those of you out there probably know that. Yeah, he's on the Fed Open Market Committee. And then mortgage delinquencies were down, so that's good. So we're not seeing any signs of a housing crisis. Natural gas storage actual versus previous. And you can see in the red ones here are the ones that are going to really affect things the most. Yellow is moderate, orange is kind of mid-range, and you're looking for US dollar, but it's got all of them. And for yesterday was the big CPI number. So CPI month over month came in identical to the forecast, but it was a little higher than the previous month. So that's kind of concerning because we were only up like 0.1%, but we were up 0.4%, which was exactly what the forecast was. CPI year over year is now 4.9%, which this number I probably don't understand fully because I remember inflation being 9% last year, but this is saying we're down on a, I guess, rolling 12-month period. We're down to 4.9%, which I can tell you, I don't believe that. Go to the store, see how much things have gone up. But what happens, because we are very short-term memory folks for the most part as a society, will only focus on that, oh well, look, we only went up by 0.1, but like the number up here, the CPI month over month, even if we're still going up at a smaller amount, guess what? We're still going up, and that's a problem. We need to be flat or coming down. Because my thing, I just feel like even if inflation were to stop in its tracks tomorrow, guess what that means? If it just stops flat, stops cold, every cost is still locked in at where it is, which means we're still way above where we were a year or two ago. So I just feel like, costs never come down. They either go up or they maybe flatten, but we're never going to, unfortunately, go back to, like, if you look back like 2 years ago, things seem cheap, relatively speaking. So we just want our stocks to keep up with inflation, right? If we're going to have inflation, we need our stocks to inflate too. And that was happening for a while. So anyway, oh, the comments are slowing down here. We got 15 of you on, so cough up some comments here. Bring them on. I know this Forex site's probably kind of boring, but it's essential. We got to look at macroeconomic data. So that was everything. Core CPI month over month was a little higher than forecast. And then crude oil inventories. Now look at this one, 3 million. The forecast was negative 2.2 million. So I guess that means we have pretty good crude oil inventories. So that's good. 10-year bond auction, not as important, but there's that figure. Federal budget balance. Interesting. It's a positive number, but not as positive as it was projected to be. Now let's go back to, because it's already Thursday. So what was it? Monday was the 8th, right? 8th, 9th, 10th. Yeah, that makes sense. So there wasn't too much news on the 9th. We had some moderate U.S. drivers here. Investors Business Daily. I think this is Treasury, inflation protection, something. Economic optimism. Actual versus forecast. We were lower than the forecast. So economic optimism is going down. FOMC member Williams speaks. That didn't drive the market too much. And then on the 8th, we had not really any big market driving news. So, all right, that was Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday was the big CPI number. Today, we had a PPI number. And then tomorrow, we've got UOM consumer sentiment. So that's our big news for this week. So that could drive the markets. And then we have weekends, or we have 2 weekend days there. So no market driving news there. Next week, we've got manufacturing index. That's the only red item. And then we have retail sales numbers coming out May 16th. We've got nothing US driven May 17th. Unemployment claims May 18th. Philly Fed manufacturing index. And then existing home sales data. So some moderate drivers on the 18th. And then the 19th, oh, Chairman Powell is going to speak on the 19th. That could be a big market driving event, but we don't know how he'll drive the market. So his speech, I've seen it make the market soar, actually. So that could be a great time for either puts or calls, or maybe your iron condor strategy if you're going to try to take advantage of both sides. So, okay, so that's that as far as market driving news. Already talked about our core funds here. Not getting any comments here, so I'm not going to keep this going too long without comments. But I've got 13 of you on. I'm down to 11 now. So, anyone want to talk about anything else? If not, I'm not going to go too long today. What else can we? What else can we talk about here? You know what? I'll go over some of my comments that I get on the actual channel. So I'm surprised. I had like 15 of you on, but I'm not getting any comments. Kind of surprised at you all. I mean, what else is going on today? It's a Thursday. Let me do this. Let me go to my channel and let me share this screen here, the channel screen. Share screen. At least I'm not flying like I was last Thursday. No long layovers at other airports. So let me see here. All right, this is the back end of my channel. Let me go to comments here and see something. Huh. Oh, I got a dislike on my video from yesterday. It's usually only one outlier. So, excuse me. Okay, let me see something here. All right, so comments. I'm going to come through here and see if I missed something about this person from YieldMax. All right, so here's KJK Good. He's the one that knows the guy from YieldMax. I'm looking to see if I missed something, like an email or something. He claims he pasted it in the comments, but I'm not seeing it. So I'll just scroll down here and see, because it's either that or I must be missing something. That's all I can think. Oh, I already liked that one. Okay. All right, so I'll try to find KJK Good. Where are the other comments here? Let's see here. It's funny, some of these little short videos I did like last year, they're still taking off. So glad to see that. Jay is waiting for your outreach to set up a group chat. And I said, outreach to where? I posted his response plus email, but where did you post it? That's the mystery, you know? So I'll just keep scrolling here. At least, get some, show these other comments here that probably don't get shown like the other ones. So I guess all my California people are not on today. Circle back here for a second here. So, oh, a couple of you. Oh, 13. Let's see. Oh, look who showed up. Is tech overbought? I don't know. I almost want to say it's oversold. That's what I'm thinking. Door Gunner, there you are. Ray for Shade. What do you think about Disney? Well, that's a tough one. They've really been in the tank for a while. It's disappointing, given everything they own. You'd think they'd be doing a lot better. Owning Marvel, they got the big Guardians movie that just came out again, the third one, which I guess is the last one. Actually, I'll be seeing that this weekend. I would like to believe that Disney's still a good long-term stock, but I wish I would have sold it in February 2021, which I didn't. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I didn't mean to overlook you there, Damon. Yeah, you're in California too, but I'm looking for, because I think I heard like 10 of you that are in California. Clip 62% dividend. I may be loading up some more. Oh, it must have dropped. If it's up to 62% now, then the stock must have dropped. Got 1,000 shares at 93. What of what? 93. Oh, for Disney. Disney, right? Yeah, and of course you're California. So let's see here. All right, you all keep me going a little bit longer here. Disney, DIS. Ooh, they dropped $9 today. 92.31. What in the world? Did they have like a bad earnings or something? Well, I'll look at them. I'll look at them next. But man, Disney's really been in the tank lately. It's a bummer. So let's see here. What do we got? I'll pull up Disney. I'm trying to find this comment. I'm still not seeing this email that I was supposed to have gotten. But I put my channel email up, and of course the channel email is in the description. Great minds think alike. I wasn't quite going to say that, but I do think if they could get a woman CEO, or if they could get some other diverse CEO, that would definitely enhance the stock performance, right? No sarcasm at all. Downside 88, upside 110. Yeah, you're probably right, but I missed when it was like, if you look at February 2021, it was way up. It was like 180 something. Let's see. It was, oh, we were at one. See, things in January, things were starting to rebound, and then we just kind of seems like we fizzled. The S&P and the Nasdaq, I think, are still up, but if I go back to like 2 years ago, yeah, see, look, March 2021, we were at 191. God, that would have been like the time to sell everything. It seems like. Anyway, let me hunt a little bit more for this comment, and then I'll go look at Disney. Sometimes they say go woke, go broke, right? But I saw some poll that supposedly, and I kind of don't believe it, but they're saying like the majority agree with wokeness, I guess, which is kind of shocking. But anyway, to each their own. Let's see now. Oh, here we are. Channel comments and mentions. Let's see. Let's see. I'll go a little further. I'm not going to go too far. Okay, I looked at this one already. I wonder if I can filter by person. Okay, let's see here. He said, based on Jay's explanation, I have a better handle on forecasting YieldMax ETF dividends. Higher prices equals higher premiums. Higher IV equals higher return probability. Example, I'm thinking that aptly plus Nvidia or NVDY when available will drive higher yields inherently on point one. I'm not clear on how to read the column in Yahoo Finance listing. Implied volatility, I assume. Does anyone here know? And he says he see my updated message, but excuse me, I'm not sure where that is. I'll actually comment here and say where your updated. Still looking for Jay's. There we go. Okay, and then we'll look at Disney here very soon. And let's see. Let's see. I'm only going to go a little bit further down. Oh, this was only a week ago. Look at all these comments just from a week ago. Haven't seen several of you on here lately. Anyway, okay, I'm not going to bore you all with that too much. I went back like a week. I'm not going to go back too far. Now let me go back to Yahoo Finance, and let's look at Disney. We'll look at Disney here. We'll probably go a little bit over 30 minutes, and then we'll be done. Class will be dismissed early tonight. All right, let's see, the Walt Disney Company. Now, I'll share the screen here once I get this up. So let me go back to what is this here? These pop-up ads amuse me. Okay, let's see. Oh, a few more of you showed up. Streaming focuses only on subscribers. Now, since all the numbers are down, they will focus on content. Yeah, I mean, content's really kind of the lifeblood long-term, isn't it? Selling zero DTE, SPY buys me a free lunch every day. Hey, free lunch is great, but you're still paying for the lunch. You're just getting the money to cover it, right? So technically not free, right? A Denny Keaton sighting. I may average into NVDY. Sounds good. Oh, one of you showed up who I haven't seen in a while. California, notice Damon Rydell is in SCHD. Thoughts on iShares ETF IYK. Is that like if you know? Well, let's look at it. IYK. Oh, U.S. consumer staples. iShares consumer staples. I don't know about some of these. Like there's like the XLF, SLG, like all the sectors of the S&P. This one's $205. It's been, let's see, since the start of the year. It's been on a little bit of a tear actually since March 23rd, up 8%. But I just think better returns are there to be had. So I don't know about all those, subsectors of the S&P or those iShares funds. Seems a little high. Anyway, all right, let's go look at Disney. Let's see. Oh, just like Spy, but cheaper, so you say? All right, so here's Disney. So Disney was down a whopping almost 9% today, which is easy math because it's close to $100. So it was over 100, but it fell to like 92. And they quit paying their dividend like before the pandemic, like 2019. They used to pay a dividend twice a year or once a year. But yeah, they've been, let's see, they're flat for the year at this point. They're basically flat. So kind of crazy. Let's see what their earnings said here. So quarter one, they met earnings, but there's probably a lot that the investors didn't like seeing what they saw. I'm assuming with the subscriber count for Disney Plus, which I think I'm actually going to cancel mine because I'm not. I had it through my phone because I have Verizon, but I'm not watching a lot of stuff lately, so I might just cancel it. So there it is, right there. Like one of you mentioned, Disney stock sees biggest decline in 6 months after subscribers miss estimates. So there we go. So Mr. Iger definitely has an uphill battle. I think he's on for 2 years, and like I said, someone pitched the idea of them like selling to Apple. I honestly think that would be a good idea because Apple definitely has the money to buy them. I mean, it would be interesting to see how that goes, but it's an intriguing idea for sure. So, with that, that's my take on Disney. I'd like to believe it's still, a long-term stock to hold, but remains to be seen. So you said that iShares won, just like Spy, but cheaper. So okay, we'll take your word for it. Hit all but miss subscriber count. Yeah, that's what's dropping the stock. Spent too much money in India and no one bought the service. Really? Like in India or like in other areas? Interesting. Yeah, IEP is concerning. That's definitely on life. Like it needs to be on life support at this point. They won't. They may lease content to Netflix. Oh, interesting. That's what drives me nuts with streaming is that all these different services lose stuff all the time. So something could be on Netflix, then it could be on Amazon Prime, then it could be on Paramount. And what's going to end up happening, all the companies are going to have their own service, and you're going to have one. We're going to go back basically to like the cable model, but it's probably going to be a lot more expensive because you're going to have to pay if you want Paramount, if you want NBC, if you want CBS is Paramount, but you're going to have if you want Disney, if you want like Universal content. I think that's all on what is it, the Peacock app? I hate saying that word, but NBC basically. So if you want Universal content or NBC content, if you want Disney content, you're gonna have to like pay for everything. And yeah, YouTube TV. I don't have YouTube TV, but I know that how much is it? Is it like $50 a month? It may not be a bad deal. And if you have YouTube Premium, you can skip ads and stuff like that. But I kind of don't like that because my ad revenue is lower for YouTube Premium views. So I still get ad revenue, but I think it's a lot lower. It's like a wholesale rate or something. But our CPM in the finance space has been in the tank since like 2021. So we'll see. I'm going to keep going. Like I said, it's a side hustle. But yeah, the CPM is definitely not what it was in the glory days, so to speak. So let's see. Yeah, that's how it's going to be. It's like going to be an a la carte thing. So if you're trying to save money by not having cable, which I haven't had cable now in like 4 years, you would end up having, well, you got to pay for your internet, which hopefully you can get for, maybe 50 or $60. I think I'm paying 65 for internet now. It went up a little bit, but I have like the FiOS. And I think at the peak, I had Disney Plus, I had HBO Max, I had Netflix, I had Discovery Plus, which I wasn't using at all, so I canceled it. It's only $5 a month. Then I had Hulu on top of Disney, and then I had ESPN Plus at one point. But I canceled some of those because I just wasn't using them. I mean, yeah, it's only $5 here and there, but it starts to add up. You get to where you're paying like the same you were paying with cable. And when I had cable, it's funny because I still had Netflix on top of cable, so I was kind of paying for all of that. But I feel like you almost have to have cable if you're going to have like sports packages or stuff like that. If you're going to watch, like here where I live, we have, I think it's Bally Sports. Like if you want to see baseball or hockey or something, you have to have some kind of cable. Or what I do, because I don't sit and watch games. I like either going to games or going out and watching them. So I just go to a local bar or something. But I'm kind of stubborn about having cable again because at one point I think I was paying like $200, $200 a month for cable, and there's so many channels that you end up not watching. But anyway, all right. Well, I think we're going to call it quits there, unless anybody has anything really pressing they want to discuss. So thank you all that tuned in. Like, comment, and subscribe. I hope NVDA does really well. Hope Disney recovers too. But since the video was really about NVDA, or I'm sorry, I changed the title. I fixed it. NVDY, right? Not Nvidia. You know what? Let me look at Nvidia while I'm at it. Let me just pull that one up because one of you asked me in the beginning what I thought it was going to do. NVDA. Let's see. Let's see. We were down $3 today. We're up 66 cents in the after hours. And like I keep saying, I really lament getting rid of those call options because I should have held them. Bought them, I think, in July. Should have just held them because it's been on an absolute tear. Really, the perfect time to buy would have been probably in October here. 112. It's more than doubled. Nvidia is more than doubled. So from 112 to 285. So I think I'm hoping. Too bad this fund didn't debut earlier, but I'm hoping that we at least get back to maybe our 2021 highs. And keep in mind, this stock has split several times. We were at 326.76 at the peak in November 2021. 326.76 minus 285.78. So we're $41 off the peak at this point. So hopefully there's more upside than that, because if we're going to be investors in NVDA, or I'm sorry, NVDY, it's so new, I keep getting them conflated. But if we're going to be investors in NVDY, we definitely want there to be more upside. So with that, we had another comment come in here. Looking forward to see what will be NVDY and APLY distribution yield. Yeah, aren't we all? What is the PE? It's right here. Oh my God. Thanks for pointing that out. That's big red flag there. That means it's overvalued, doesn't it? Holy crap, 167.12. Well, so what I would have done in theory, is wow, that may be one of the highest PEs I've ever seen. Thank you for pointing that out. For real. Wow. Yeah, so that definitely something we need to take into consideration. Of course, it was right in front of us, but it took a commenter to point it out. So, dang. So what do we do then with NVDY? If this PE suggests that it's overvalued and we may see a crash, then is NVDY probably not a good investment? I don't know. I mean, I'm not in it. I'm gonna watch what it does, but it's too bad that NVDY didn't come out like back in October. I mean, we obviously can't pick and choose these things, but compare it to Apple. Yeah, let me look at Apple. Honestly, of this whole fund of funds, this whole YieldMax family here, Apple may be the safest bet. The APLY may actually be the safest bet. Let's see. Let's look at. I looked at APLY already. Let me just look at Apple stock. AAPL. Let's do this. 173.75. 173.78 after hours. Cash dividend coming tomorrow. How about that? 24 cents. PE is much more reasonable for Apple. I knew that was going to be the case. So, of these funds, Apple may be your best bet. Let's look at Meta. Meta's, I think I'm still in those options there. I got to spend more time reviewing my portfolio. PE is much more reasonable with Meta. Wow, I didn't realize Nvidia's PE ratio was that high. I mean, you can't base everything just on one ratio. Remember the insane PE values we had in the big run up in 2020 and 2021, especially with tech companies. So, but yeah, so that's where we are with that. But the dividends are all based on volatility. Well, that's true. Although TSLY was more volatile this last month, and the dividend got cut in half. So one of you needs to riddle me that one. I don't think we've got it down to an exact science. We probably need the Seeking Alpha guy back on to explain that to us. But anyway, when all else fails, you got car ads on here for Range Rovers. So some of the roads around here, you need Range Rovers to navigate. Anyway, all right, that's about it for today. Went for 40 minutes. Thank you all for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks so much again. And what earnings? Warning drop on tasks. What does that mean? Earnings. Yeah, it may drop on earnings. Anyway, all right, thank you all again. Take care. See you on the flip side. Good night. Yeah. Good night. Yeah, just before I end it here. All right, thank you all.